All right, today we're diving deep into the Indian Premier League. Not just the incredible cricket, but the mind-boggling economics behind it. And trust me, there's a lot to talk about. So let's just start with the headline number, the one that tells you everything you need to know. The IPL now has a business valuation of an insane $18.5 billion. And get this, that's a 13% jump in just 1 year. We're not just talking about a sports league here. This thing is an absolute financial juggernaut. Now, to really wrap your head around that, think about this. The IPL is only 18 years old, and it's already valued at nearly the same level as the English Premier League, which has been around for 33 years. That's not just growth, folks. That is a meteoric rise that is completely reshaping the entire world of sports. Okay, so how on earth did the IPL get to that $18.5 billion figure? Well, to really get it, we first need to untangle two key financial terms that people throw around all the time, but they mean very different things: business value and brand value. First up is business value. This is the big one, the whole enchilada. It's the total financial worth of the entire IPL operation. We're talking every asset, every revenue stream, and all the money it's expected to make in the future. You can basically think of it as the final sticker price if you wanted to buy the whole league. Here's a super simple way to think about it. Imagine you own a small business, let's say a water purifier company, and it's making $100,000 in profit. A buyer might come along and say, okay, I'll pay 5 times your profit for it. Boom, your business value is now $500,000. Now, the IPL's math is way, way more complex, but the basic idea is exactly the same. So that brings us to brand value. See, this is just one piece of that bigger puzzle. Brand value is all about the power of the name, the logo, the reputation. It's that intangible magic that makes a giant company like Tata want its name attached to the tournament. But just remember, that powerful brand is only one part of the much larger business value. So if that's the total value, where is all this cash actually coming from? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the IPL's powerful financial engine. The money flows in from a bunch of places, but one of those streams is more like a tidal wave: broadcasting rights. I mean, just think about this. The league's deal with Disney Star is worth over $6 billion. That one deal is incredible. And then you add in all the sponsorships, ticket sales, merch, and you've got this massive, reliable river of cash flowing straight into the league. But here's the secret sauce, and this is what's so fascinating. The IPL's incredible financial structure, well, it wasn't invented from scratch. Nope. They actually borrowed their core strategy from the most valuable sports league on the planet, the NFL. See, the NFL mastered a fundamental economic principle a long time ago: scarcity creates value. It's kind of like a luxury brand. By having way fewer games than, say, baseball or basketball, every single game becomes this can't-miss appointment viewing event. And because of that, they can charge absolutely astronomical prices for the rights to show those games on TV. And this is exactly what the IPL did. They basically copied the NFL's playbook. They sell all the media rights as one giant package, and then, and this part is crucial, they share all that money among all the teams. It keeps everyone financially healthy. On top of that, they have player salary caps, so teams can't just spend themselves into oblivion. It keeps the league competitive and, more importantly, financially sound for every single team. So we've got this really smart, stable model at the league level. But how does that actually trickle down to the individual teams themselves? Well, as you can probably guess, it means they're doing very well for themselves. The result of that smart model, you've now got at least half the teams in the league that are estimated to be worth over $1 billion. $1 billion. And what's really interesting is that while their overall business values are massive, if you look at just the pure power of the brand, it's actually Royal Challengers Bengaluru that leads the pack, worth an impressive $269 million. So when you see these top teams all bunched up together at the top, just remember, it's not simply a leaderboard. It's a battle for hearts, for minds, and for wallets. It's the perfect showcase of how brand strength, fan loyalty, and financial power are all tied together in the IPL. So we've got this explosive financial growth and a brilliant business model. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, and it might just be the biggest of all: the audience. And when you see the sheer scale of it, it really makes you start to wonder about the future of all sports everywhere. So let's talk about that audience for a second, because the numbers are, Well, they're staggering. The 2025 IPL final recorded over 678 million views. That is not a typo. Let me say it again, over 678 million. And to put that number into perspective, that single IPL final had more than 5 times the viewership of one of the NFL's biggest games of the year. For advertisers and sponsors, that kind of scale is basically the holy grail, a massive, engaged audience all watching one broadcast at the same time. So when you put it all together, you've got this massive, digitally native audience, you've got a rock-solid financial model that shares the wealth and controls costs, and it's all proven to be incredibly stable and profitable. You just have to ask the question, is the IPL just a cricket league, or is it actually the blueprint for the next generation of global sports entertainment?